looked at the transition pictures for a woman called Jeane Dixon. Never heard of her, although apparently she is a legend in America. She was one of Nancy Reagan's many psychics and astrologers. And she made fantastic predictions, this Jeane Dixon. She said that JFK would be assassinated. Equally, she predicted that Richard Nixon would become president in 1960. He didn't. And indeed, she made quite a few bad predictions in her time. But she had a syndicated newspaper column. She wrote books, including one of horoscopes for dogs, and was enormously popular within her circle. She died in 1997 at the age of 93 of a cardiac arrest. And her final words were, "I knew this was going to happen." True. Actually, those were her final words. So I thought I'd take a look at her pictures because so many people asked and see what happened. And when I went into the energy, she was falling super fast. Down and down and down and down, but loving it. There was nothing frightening about this situation to her. She was completely open, even excited, I would say, about the prospect of knowing what happened next. She was a devout Roman Catholic, which suggested that she was going to have a whole God and Jesus issue when she went into this space I always see. She didn't. She was dazed when she landed in that metaphorical cave I always see. She was confused about what was happening, but she wasn't dogmatically opposed to it. She was incredibly open-minded, like, okay, what is this? Where am I? Where am I going? Look at this place. It's obviously not a place, it's a state of consciousness, but look at this. I'm loving this. I would have liked this woman, I think. She was a great sport when it came to these things. And because she had made herself incredibly easy to lift. And so instead of having to struggle across the metaphorical cave and up the symbolic tunnel, like they always do, she just floated. She lifted off the ground and drifted across, still loving the experience. And she drifted up the tunnel. There was part of the way up a curtain made of straps of some kind. And when I went and touched them in my head, they were rough like a cat's tongue. That kind of thing. They were meant to take away the patina of her beliefs or her expectations, whatever she'd been primed by her tribal script in life, Roman Catholicism, I assume, into believing. But it was easy. And she went through, came out the other side, minus whatever had been taken away, and was laid down in front of the symbolic dome that I always see. I'll take it from here. I'm okay. She was dazzled by it all, welcomed it all. After all, she did die at 93, so maybe there wasn't that much resistance left. But you've got to applaud somebody who, despite having certain very, very ingrained beliefs on the mortal side, when they get to the spiritual side, is willing to just go, okay, I know I believed that back then, but now this is what I'm prepared to go with. And her passage up the tunnel and into the light where she stepped and was gone was so pleasant, light-hearted almost, eager to embrace what was coming. She may even have thought, okay, maybe God and Jesus aren't here to meet me, but they're somewhere, and I'll just go with this until I get there and meet them, whatever her beliefs were. But it was remarkable. And once again, as with a few of the others that I've done, this transition showed that the more fun we're prepared to have, the more benevolently life is able to treat us. We can exist in joy and harmony. with an open-minded attitude and still have beliefs and belong to communities and subscribe to particular perceptions. But in the crossovers, if we can let go of all of that, the process from then on, from death to ascension, whatever's on the other side of the light, can be as much of a pleasure as living itself. And that's what I learned from Jeane Dixon.